So nothing big. So we know in the power equal to F into V, where force into linear velocity. Similarly, the rotational power should be torque into angular velocity. You can go back to any problem where the torque into angular velocity of the body should be the power. Again, the same set of numerical. Like if a constant torque, if the power acting on a body is a constant, or it varies with the time, then what is the angular velocity at any time? So what you are going to do in this problems here? So what is the power? Power torque into omega. Then what is the torque? Torque should be equal to I alpha. There it was ma, now I alpha. Then alpha you can write it as d omega by dt, omega d omega p naught by I t square dt. Then 0 to, if you're having any inequalities, put that one. So omega square by 2 p naught t cube by 3I. So what is the angular velocity? Omega square equal to 2 p naught t cube by 3I. Like this, the angular velocity as a function of time will come. Instead this, if power varies as a function of theta, not time, then how to calculate angular velocity? I think I'll put in separate diagram, just rotational power, no? So some, if not in, at least in mains or in advanced anyway, they may ask such simple questions. Let me just let me give that mathematical ideas. I'll put in separate page. Okay, no, so this is what power. Now the same thing, the power acting on a rigid body. If it is, now what is I? I is moment of inertia. The power acting on a rigid body, if it varies as a function of angular displacement, then what you're going to do again, tau omega p naught theta, this should be I alpha omega p naught theta. Alpha, what you can write, omega d omega by d theta, omega p naught theta. So I omega square d omega p naught theta d theta. So angular velocity is 0 omega 0 theta. So this will be I omega square by 3 p naught theta square by 2 omega cube. Omega cube is equal to p naught 3 p naught by 2I theta square. So look at this. So if the power acting on a rigid body, if it varies with the time, how to calculate angular velocity at any time, this is a formula. If power acting is a function of theta, this is a formula. Same thing what we discussed in Varpanji chapter. Any of the questions can be asked here. So it's just a math-based one, just analyze mathematically. So altogether, power equal to torque into omega under any situation. Torque is what? High alpha. Based on the conditions, you can write omega d omega by dt, or alpha is just d omega by dt. This I'll highlight it so that it will flash for you. Getting the picture, no? So any of the math-based questions can be asked here. Okay, let's pick up one. So some equations, power as a function of angular displacement and angular velocity will come, the maximum. And they'll ask you what is average power. You know how to calculate average power. Let's come to the next part. I'll finish off in the diagram only. There's a NP. the thread, if the free end of the thread is pulled horizontally with a constant velocity v, that v is missing. I'll show it. Find power delivered by the pulling agency. There is some external agent is there. So this external agent is what pulling this one. So as it pulls, what will happen here? As it pulls, what will happen? This particular drum, it is called like a drum, inner drum and drum of a two-step pulley. And the radius also given small r, capital R. And what are the various forces that will be acting here? The tension, T like this. The block will have velocity. Anybody, what is velocity of the block should be? V by 2. So how come V by 2? And this is going to have angular velocity omega. No, look at that one. I think until you don't justify this particular word, no, not possible to really understand this question. Find the power delivered by the drum, that one. There and fix are coaxially fixed, preventing them to rotate independently. Preventing them to rotate independently. Will they rotate independently or will they not rotate? They will not rotate. So that's why the omega I'm showing for the total, that one. It is. Now, what is the velocity of the block? Should be V by 2. Then power by the external agent. Power by external agent here. So it's just writing only equation, one step it'll get over. P external generated by this should be equal to, here the tension acting on the inner drum, on the smaller drum, what will happen? It will set up a torque T into R, torque into omega. It will also generate positive. When you can say the power generated by a given torque positive, the torque and omega in same direction. You look at the T into R on the smaller drum clockwise, angular velocity possible way in which the drum can rotate clockwise. So therefore there will be positive. And extra agent, it's what that word is asking. This should be equal to. Then how much of tension will act here? As it moves with a constant speed, V is moved. So here mg by 2, and here tension, let it be 2t. So 2t should be equal to mg by 2. So and the tension here does negative work, minus 2t into V equal to 0. Now what is 2t? 2t should be equal to mg by 2. Now what should be the value? 2t should be equal to mg, no? T shall I write mg by 4? Try to make observation.
Sir,
Oh, sorry. It's only 2tb. Yeah, no. What should be the t? T should be 2t should be equal to mg. Mg by 2, I'll write it. So external power is equal to mg by 2 r. Now what should be the omega? Can I write also v by r? What is v? V should be equal to r omega. Solving this, mgv, mgr, v by 2r. V by 2 velocity. I'll put once again. You can see that. At the end of the rope is pulled with a constant speed. So therefore, the block will ascend with a velocity v by 2. That's one. So this is the thing. Then tension T and T. So 2T. 2T should be equal to mg. So T equal to mg by 2. This is the one thing. Then next again. So as I pull this and this will rotate. So this tension does positive work here. It will make it to spin this. It will make it to spin. Then what about this tension, sir? Here also a tension will act. Why you are not showing it? This tension and this tension will be equal and opposite, work done. This external force is what doing work here. This is unbalanced one. Please, you have to make observation. Nothing big is there. The work done by extra agent plus work done by the tension on this rotating system plus work done by the gravity. Only these things will come. What about the work done by tension? This tension on this at this point and this tension on this point will be equal and opposite. As this is a light, so net work done here will be 0 by these two. Okay, this will come into picture. So therefore, I'm writing equations. So why this one positive? Because the torque is reacting in the direction of angular velocity, no? So therefore, you have to take it that to be positive. Now come for this one. What is here? This will have velocity v, no? So what is the angular velocity here? So we can also write it as, you look at this particular thing, r omega. Omega, what I'm writing it as? V by r at one place. Why velocity of the block v by 2? mg v by 2 can take it outside. 1 minus small r by capital R will come. I think there's no problem with the sign. The sign what we give, there's no problem with this. As it is moved with a constant speed. Sir, constant speed, how torque will come. See, to maintain that constant speed, I should exert a force. I should exert a force, that one. So here extra agent will exert a force. That was the power gen by extra agent. Then here the tension does work on the shaft or this drum. Because why the drum will rotate? Because of that condition. Then here the gravity does negative work. Getting the conditions here? Okay, I think I have some more good questions. Are there? No, come.